Hello, my lovely. Welcome or welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Anise, and welcome to the Auspicious Anise channel, your home for rest, reflection, realignment, and we do a lot of that through intuitive readings and guidance as well. So, let's get into today's reading, okay? This is just going to be a general reading. I've written down things that we are going to do. So, we're going to get a sense of the general energy through both astrological dice as well as a couple of oracle cards. Then we'll go into more of what's going on. So that's when we'll take a look. We'll do a Celtic cross with a tarot deck, and we'll also get into a specific situation with a second tarot deck within that Celtic cross. And lastly, I will actually have you choose one of three crystal cards. So I'll draw three cards. You are going to choose. I feel like it's really loud, so my apologies. But okay. Then, lastly, we will do crystal cards, which you'll just end up picking a card. I will tell you to choose between numbers one, two, and three. Whichever number you're drawn to the most, that is the card and the crystal that will correspond for you specifically, just so that way we can have a little bit of variety and there's not necessarily just like this one size fit all for everyone, right? So, that is what we will do. I may reference my astrological dice cheat sheet. And if I'm called to, then we will also take a look inside of this Play the Tarot Cards You're Dealt book by Stephanie Dempsey, because there are some really cool things in here, like based on a specific tarot card. Maybe there will be an exercise that you can do as well. I love giving people homework, so that works. So, what I want you to do is let's actually just take a couple of deep breaths together. I am going to tap into your energy. And do keep in mind, this is a general reading, not a one on one reading. If you are interested in a one on one reading, then you can definitely check out the link in my bio. I may actually list something in the description box as well. But otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. If you are comfortable to do so, you may gently close your eyes. And I want you to actually think of your happiest moment. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Another one in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last one in through your nose. Hold and let it out. Okay, let's get into the general energies of your reading. Trying to see where I want to place this. Let's first go ahead and roll the astrological dice. Just to get a sense of the general energy that's here. All right, so we actually have Taurus in, or let's say I believe this is the descending node in Taurus in the 10th house. Um, and so what that looks like is for your descending node is actually going to be tied to your past, anything that you are trying to overcome now. And with it being in Taurus, I'm feeling like there is a need to overcome comfortability as well. It's like being very comfortable in past energies, being very comfortable in a space that you're actually trying to elevate, because we do have the 10 for this 10th house here. And what I'm seeing with the 10 is actually the Wheel of Fortune card. Um, and I'll touch on the actual 10th house in a second. But what I see is this Wheel of Fortune card, and it's like trying to move to have everything that you are wanting, and like this, I don't even want to say new beginning. It's more like this grandiose outcome and vision that you have for your life. But there is a need to get out of the space of being so comfortable in your past behavior. Even how I have these set up here, I didn't mean to, but they were even like separated, where the Taurus and the descending node were together, and then the 10th house was like there's like a space in between them. Now, also with this 10th house, yeah. So the 10th house looks at your career, success, and fortune, reputations, and your glory. So maybe there is a need to, or like a need and a want to break away from what has kept you in a place of stagnancy, and again, complacency, comfortability. That way you can actually move towards the success that you envision for yourself. That's the energy that I'm picking up and getting. You may even also be thinking about, maybe you want a new car, or you are wanting maybe a new apartment, a new car, just an overall new lifestyle for yourself, and you see it, but you know that your current circumstances are not in alignment with that. So now we're trying to figure out, how can we take the action to move forward and have something that is lasting and sustainable? Yeah, how can we take the action and move forward and have something that is lasting and sustainable for the success that you see for yourself and what you're trying to call in? And I also say that because while you have the descending node in Taurus in the 10th house, excuse me, what's facing me as well is the sun in Aries in the 7th house. And all of those things, the sun, Aries energy, and the number seven is the Chariot in the major arcana. Um, so like that forward movement, right? How can we have the forward movement? So I feel like that's what you're thinking about at this moment. um, I feel like that's what you're thinking about at this moment, and just having that in your orbit, thinking about your the pathway forward. Yeah, thinking about the path forward for that. And I will say, so what I thought, and I'll be honest and say I thought this was the descending node, but it's actually the ascending node. But the ascending node, I feel like you still needed to hear that as well. But like the ascending node I just looked at is about the pathway forward and about the future. So still goes hand in hand of finding out what can keep you stable in the future, but moving away from any habits, behaviors, thought patterns that are keeping you stuck now. Um, so, yeah, let's see. We're going to go into the Oracle. We'll start with the Your Wise Animal Body Oracle deck. And bear with me, as there is a chance that as I'm doing this, the iPad, since it's on a cushion at the time, may end up moving a little bit. Thank you. Okay. So the cards we have, the first card we have is this ground card. But as you can see, it came out in the reverse position. So even the Taurus, that's just interesting. These are both blue. They're both blue, blue-green, and both blue and the green, because the blue on the card is also like, I want to say it's kind of, what's coming to mind is like protection. I think you'll have protection in your success and what it is that you're wanting if you have a stable routine that continues to ground you each and every day. Um, yeah, maybe getting outside, listening to the birds, maybe waking up at a certain time as well. Wake up with the birds, wake up with nature, um, maybe getting out of the house by a certain time of the day. I'm also going to say something else I'm also going to say. If you are someone who drives as well, you could maybe want to go to a new place. Go to a new place. First, okay, this is going to sound odd, and I'm just going to say it and then like leave the energy there. Um, there is a Psalms, and I will put it in the description box down below because I can't remember off the top of my head which Psalms it is, but it is a travel protection Psalm. So maybe you're going to a new environment, or you're going somewhere new, or you're just, yeah, you're venturing out and you're driving or you're traveling or whatever. You would want to recite that Psalms so that way it serves as protection over you in your travel. That's what I'll say, and I'll leave that there. Um, but yeah, grounding yourself, having a grounding routine or like a grounding habit allows you to actually create the stability that you are seeking. And I want you to do that now, even if your circumstances right now don't look like they would be in a space of um, success, because it's preparing you for when that success comes in, and you don't want to be frazzled and all over the place. Like, you want to already have your routine and everything together once the success comes into your life, okay? And that's going to protect you there. Also, the other card that you received is this vagal breath card. Now, it did come out in the reverse, and this is also just symbolizing to me, like how we did the deep breaths in the beginning. You are needing to have something that allows you to really ground yourself and take deep breaths throughout your day, and allows you to just center yourself. Maybe not rush. Don't feel the need to like rush everywhere you go. You don't want to have that rushing energy. It's feeling like survival when you're meant to thrive. You can't thrive from a dysregulated nervous system. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's see what other general. Oh, thank you. Anything else? Okay, so we have Bhakti, which is actually once again received in the reverse position. And with this, what I'm seeing, especially because there's this yellow butterfly on here that's like really sticking out in this reversal position, it's like you're not able. It's almost like, number one, there could be a little bit of doubt in where you are wanting to go. And also, yeah, it's like kind of like a little bit of doubt in like your vision, which is odd because Actually, it's not even doubt in your vision. There's a lot going on. I get things from my environment as well. So it's not even like a doubt in your vision, but more so constant distractions. There are distractions that you need to remove from your current life to allow you to really move forward um, toward your vision. And I'm actually going to take a look at this bhakti in here as well. Yeah, again, the distractions. So, bhakti is going to be about devotion. So, when you lose touch with the divine, life becomes meaningless. Our days lose color and words feel tasteless without this connection to the source. How can you deepen your connection to divinity? Read the stories of the gods and goddesses and choose one whose medicine you need. Offer a meditation, mantra, or prayer for this deity. Just this single act of devotion can shift your entire vibration and reconnect you to the source. Know that the whole of the universe is divine. And again, I feel like there are so many distractions that you're allowing to like infiltrate your own orbit at the moment to where you're not, it's like it's inhibiting your pathway forward because you're not devoted to your craft or yourself. You are, I don't know, maybe you're going out to parties, maybe you are drinking more than you should, gardening more than you should, listening to external opinions more than you should. And there's a need to break away from that if you want your vision to actually come to fruition. Now, with this Pitta card, this is a balance of the masculine and feminine energies, a balance of the fire and water. I feel like right now there's a lot of water that may be ruling you in the emotion space, and there's not really a whole lot of fire and action moving forward, but it is that you are wanting to. Maybe you're wanting to do that. You're wanting to break the cycles, right? So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into more of what's going on with these tarot cards. We are going to use the Medicine Woman Tarot and do a Celtic cross. So let's see, Spirit, what does this collective, this person, this being on the other side, give me more guidance into what is going on? Thank you. Yeah, protected. You're protected. Reason I say that is because there is this arrow, there's this blue around here, and this arrow that's trying to penetrate this blue, right? The blue is going to be a color of protection. Um, yeah, blue is going to be a color of protection while you are convening with, and there's these air, these feathers here as well. So while you are convening with community or with people right now, maybe there's like some news that you're then sharing. You're sharing of your gift. You are just knowing that knowing that you are protected in this. I feel like maybe for some of you, there's been a battle of the emotions. This was highlighted around the border with green, which is about the heart chakra. Um, but there's nothing that's going to be able to penetrate you. There may be a rough time that maybe you've gone through recently, um, and maybe that's what's slowing you down in actually being able to move forward. Maybe there's been like an emotional, maybe you heard some news, or it's just been an emotional time. And maybe you had a routine or you had a pathway forward and you saw yourself moving forward, and then a bunch of stuff happened that kind of threw you off, right? So, and I say that as well because the energy that is crossing you right now is the Chariot in reverse. Okay. The Chariot in reverse, again, touching on, the not really moving forward, not moving action, right? Um, so what I'm seeing here, we do have quite a few. We have quite a few different suits. I'm just going to do a little numerology and add some things up right now. So we have 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. Again, Chariot. Overall energy there is the need to, again, move forward. I feel like that's what you're trying to do, though. Like, I know you don't want to be stuck in where you're at the moment. And for energy that is covering you, it is this Two of Bowls, this Two of Cups energy. I feel like with this Two of Cups energy, um, it's like a union. I actually want to say it's a union with self and making the choice that you believe will be fulfilling for you. Yeah, that you believe will be fulfilling for you. It's like, yeah. I feel like you're, again, just trying to balance your emotions. I feel like that's what it is. You're trying to balance your emotions. Now, this Ace of Bowls is going to be symbolic of the current situation, the basis of the situation, which would be the Ace of Cups. And I again think that with this, the ace, that being a new start of the emotions, and trying to, once again, it's trying to have the balance. It's once again trying to have the balance. And in 2 weeks, you could have that achieved. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. Okay. Now, your current energy, this Apprentice of Arrows, right? We have here with this, like in this moment, most recently or right now, um, it's learning to figure out exactly where to go. But I also feel like there is wisdom that you have had, I think, trying to learn from previous, not even just like previous mistakes, but trying to see what certain seasons are teaching you so that way you can aim forward in the direction that you need to. Now, with this Ace of Pipes, we have in your thoughts, this Ace of Pipes in your thoughts, Ace of Pipes in reverse in your thoughts, actually. Um, it's like what's currently in your mind is the feeling of, I don't know if I can move forward. I also want to let you know this reading is changeable. There are only 2 major arcana cards here. We'll go through the rest of them. If there were 5 or more, then the reading would not be changeable. And so I say that because this can go either way. Like, if there's something within the reading that you don't like and you're not really feeling, it's something that it's not set in stone. Okay. So it's all about realigning you. Okay. It's all about making sure that you're able to actually live into that auspicious energy. So, right now, in your minds, what's been occupying your mind is maybe even not knowing where to start, okay? Not knowing how to move forward. especially when, maybe again, there's been some things that have overtaken your emotions, and maybe you haven't been the best with maybe compartmentalizing and being able to truly like move forward and process your emotions in the way that you would be ideal. Um, yeah, that's what I'm getting with that Ace of Wands, that Ace of Pipes energy in the reverse. But I want to tell you, you need to be a little bit more compassionate with yourself. Give yourself some grace, because you're not really giving yourself a whole lot of grace. You're not giving yourself a whole lot of grace. In the near future, we do have this Four of Arrows in reverse. Okay. This Four of Arrows in reverse on this card in the upright position, she is working on her craft. She is creating something solid and focusing on whatever intuitive guidance that she has been receiving, and moving towards what her heart is actually wanting on this card, because it's also highlighted or outlined in green. Again, heart chakra energy. And so, what I'm seeing in the near future, if you continue to kind of like doubt yourself or be like, oh my God, I'm stuck, I don't know where to move forward with like the next step, which is interesting because you have the vision that you want for your life, right? So because you have the vision you want for your life, I understand sometimes it may be difficult to break it down into like actionable steps, but I want you to really take inventory of what is really the next best step for you. What makes logical sense? And honestly, even if it may not make a whole lot of sense, what can you do just to fucking start? Just to start. Um I am seeing there to start. I want your homework, as a piece of your homework, to be that you are reflecting on what has worked for you in the past, what has actually worked for you in the past, and what hasn't worked for you, as far as like grounding yourself, having routines, because that's where it actually starts. And what can you do little by little each day to even work on something towards your dream and the vision that you have for yourself? Because when it comes to devotion, it's not really about how much you do or like doing the absolute right thing. It's really just about like you being devoted and like consistent consistent devotion, even if it's something small. um like maybe just taking a look at your finances, seeing where you've been allocating your spending, seeing like just like taking inventory of your life. You just need to take inventory of your life and do something small each day towards your own success. Okay. Um, the fear. So we have the Six of Pipes here. Six is going, I feel like it's like a fear of yourself. The reason I say that is because there's a deer on this card. She's consulting with this deer on this card. Deers are going to be very intuitive, very gentle. I'm wondering if you feel like maybe you're also someone who is typically very go, 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 doing work for other people and maybe not enough for yourself. And I wonder if being gentle with yourself is something that you are afraid of actually doing. I feel like you might be very hard on yourself. And it's like being able to be open to gentleness, open to receiving things from the divine, receiving things from people around you who care about you. That may be hard for you to, yeah, receiving things from the divine, like being blessed and gifted. Having a soft life is like something that may be slightly fearful for you, only because but the thing is, it's only because it's something that's unknown to you. Like you don't really know what that may look like. You're not used to receiving, you're just used to like pouring things out. And the thing is, like, in this position of what other people are thinking, which I see this position as, either what other people are thinking or what your guides in the divine are thinking of you. Not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be people. And so we have the Hierophant in reverse, which is the number 5 about transformation, but also the Hierophant is a teacher, a learner. What are you learning? So your guides, I feel like it's your guides right now, are seeing you as someone who is not really taking inventory of the things that you have learned, so that way you can pave a way forward. You have so much life experience, and I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit for the life experience that you do have. And so what is a hope? What is a hope currently is this Ace of Arrows, being in alignment with your thoughts, being in alignment with what your heart is actually wanting, and having the thoughts. I feel like it's like you want to be in a divine alignment with the guidance that you're receiving. Like you just desperately just want to finally be in alignment, but you're also like wanting for the answers to just come straight to you. The answers are only going to come to you when you allow yourself to be grounded. Yeah, you got to have a routine. I mean, I've already said this. I feel like I just keep saying that. But that's what you're like really needing. And, in the end, actually, you have this 10 of Pentacles, which I'm seeing is like everything blossoming and being abundant, and you showcasing to the divine and to others what you have to offer, and then being very excited about it. The 10 of Pentacles, it is that completion. It is actually everything that you are wanting for yourself, what you see for yourself. It's like it's coming in. It's fruitful. All right, now let's take a look at let's see, specific situation, getting additional guidance. I'm going to go in with the Light Seer's Tarot and clarify. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A couple of positions. This is not wanting to like shuffle. Thank you. Interesting. So, in the end, again, I see you actually moving forward. We have this Knight of Wands energy of being is just forward movement. Actually, it's very exhilarating, and in the near future, it's like you pondering on, I want to say pondering on the lessons that you've learned. Like, I think you're actually going to be able to take this and think about the lessons. Now, again, specific situation, I believe that this has also to do with something creatively. There's a creative passion that's here, is what I'm getting. And knowing that you're you have seeds that are meant to be offered to the world. Yeah, you have seeds that are meant to be offered to the world. But right now, with this Queen of Wands, to clarify more on the basis of the situation, you're not moving toward that. But we talked about that, We already said that. We already said that. The Ace of Pentacles covering this Apprentice of Arrows here. It's like there is, again, either in the most recent past or currently, I'm getting like, I just need the wisdom. I just give me something, give me an idea so that way I know where to go. You don't need that. Everything is actually already within you. Yeah. I hope that's making sense. I feel like I'm not really connecting, but let's go ahead and get 3 crystal cards. Okay. Um, I again feel like so some of you may be contemplating moving, maybe contemplating getting a new car as well. There may also be the need to kind of like the search for balancing your, for some of you, spiritual and emotional self with the material that you're wanting. So choose a number between 1 and 3, and I'm going to go ahead. Timestamps will be down below if you want to skip. If you're attracted to more than one number, then that's completely fine too. There may just be a message in the cards for you. And this portion is really just going to be like guidance for you specifically. Okay. So without further ado, my number ones, we have carnelian. Now, this carnelian is going to be a cherry red chalcedony used by ancient Romans in signet rings. Wax doesn't stick to it, and by modern folk to ward off insecurities. Carnelian's fiery energy helps spin us out of fearful thought cycles and into action, which also makes sense because when you think about the number one, that's like, okay, I'm going to take the first next step forward. Take the next step forward. So, who needs it? The understimulated. Anybody looking to get acquainted with their fears. Hello, fear. My name is blank. We have some beautiful work to do. Now, shut the fuck up and let's do this. You want to put it wherever you want to inject some passion and confidence. And then you want to use it when you find your creativity on sleep mode. Go with your gut. Okay. So, that is carnelian. So, group number one. Let go of the fear that you won't be successful, the fear of creating what it is that you need and what you want in your life. And also, I want you to go with your first instinct. Trust yourself with this. As you're moving forward and paving a way forward, and as you're reflecting on, okay, well, what do I do next? Trust yourself. Okay. Now, let's head on to my group number twos. My group twos, you have barite. Now, barite is a widely occurring brittle sulfate mineral. It's often transparent or creamy white. Sometimes it's icy blue. Beautiful and frosty, desert rose is a calming variety of barite. So, who needs it? Anyone who leaves for work each morning with the sinking suspicion that their true destiny is anything but this. Where to put it, taped to your forehead during meditation. And you want to use it when it's way past time to stop saying yes to things you hate. Ask Barry what your true calling is, then go live it. It will be terrifying, but what's the alternative? And at the bottom, it says, get answers to your biggest questions. So for my group number twos, that's interesting actually because two is going to be about balance and also about choice. So having the choice um, and trying to decide, okay, well, do I go this way or do I go that way? Like, what's the best route for me, right? So you want to kind of keep that in mind and think about what does your heart truly want, and then go after that. What your heart truly wants, and go after that. Because we even have this Two of Wands in the near future, right? Of you contemplating that. Maybe you're really going to be in deep contemplation again of like, okay, what do I really want? Maybe even like you see societal expectations or how the world works, how algorithms work, etc. And you're like, okay, do I have to do that? But it's like your body is just think about what you truly want. Because the thing is, if you are ever operating out of alignment and like moving in a way that actually is like you really don't want this, well, what's going to happen is you're not ever going to manifest what you want in life because you're saying you want one thing and you don't actually truly want that. That's like not actually what is in alignment with your heart. So make the choice and the decision to go after what it is that your heart truly wants to create in this lifetime. Okay. That's what I have for you, my group number twos. And lastly, my group threes, we have turquoise. Speak your truth is what it says at the bottom. So, turquoise is a brilliant blue green mineral that has been rocked by humans longer than almost anything. And let's see, who needs it? Anyone whose voice has gone AWOL. You want to put it in sterling silver rings, big old belt buckles, and bolo ties on the podium, open mic night, and wherever else you need to speak up or speak out. And you want to use it when you feel disconnected from the things that make you human. When you've got something to express, get it out with turquoise. Speak your truth. So, you know what's interesting is there was a lot of blue that was coming out earlier, right? So, and I just saw 4:44 on the camera timer. There was a lot of blue that was coming out on in the oracle cards and everything earlier, which of course, yes, is about protection. However, it is also going to be about using your voice, being able to speak. And maybe you were attracted to group two, possibly as well, but being able to actually speak what it is that you are wanting into existence, being honest with yourself about, excuse me, maybe the things that have prevented you from getting where you want to be, and also being honest with yourself about where you actually want to go. I know you have the vision in your head, and really reflecting on, is that vision really what I do want? And if it is, more power to you. Actually speak that shit into existence. And don't go trying to change your order with the universe so many freaking times. No, you leave it there and you say what you want and you put it out there. Um, and also just, if you're trying to figure out, I don't know the next step, I don't know what to do, again, there may be some behaviors and things that have hindered you, and you may need to really take inventory of your life right now and be honest with yourself, because that's the only way that you're actually going to be able to move forward. Say, for example, you're like, oh my God, like, I don't understand why I don't have the funds in order to do ABC, XYZ. Okay, well, when was the last time you actually took inventory of your bank account? When was the last time you saw where your money was actually going, and then plan to move forward? So many people are afraid of looking at their bank account. I have become someone who, I want to see where my money is going because I have plans for this money. I want to know what's happening. I want to, and I know if what I'm calling into my life with my vision is, me selling things, products, services, and I don't have a grapple on my own personal expenses right now, how the hell am I going to handle business expenses later? Like, all of this is to set you up for the future. Okay. So be honest with yourself in these spaces and have compassion with yourself as well. Like we talked about earlier, be gentle with yourself as you are navigating this space. Okay. So that is everything I have for you today. I am sending you so much love, and so much love to you, your spirit guides, your ancestors, and anyone that has also appeared in this reading today. And I am wishing you an abundant, abundant week ahead. I will talk to you so very soon. Mwah. Toodaloo.